So I hear you're organizing a rally in a few days.
Yes, we are actually really super excited about it, honestly. Anyway, yeah, we are at the Dollar General Shareholders meeting in Tennessee. We are all really super excited about it. We have a lot of people showing up, a lot of different organizations, such as Step Up Louisiana, Rise Up North Carolina. We also have the More Perfect Union. They're also going to be there, as well as the Insider, and a whole bunch of different people and speakers and organizations. We have pastors. We even have a lawyer and some city council members from Goodlettsville and stuff that are going to be attending. So we are definitely super excited about the rally and everything that's going on. We've currently booked over 50 hotel rooms. The Candlewood Suites Hotel for all of the expected people that are coming from out of state and all of that great stuff. So we're definitely like super pumped at this point.
As you should be.
Right. That's a lot of support. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, it's definitely gained a lot of momentum, and I mean, we've been planning this for, basically since we knew about the shareholders meeting, so a little over a month, maybe 2 months, but we didn't really announce doing or planning because we did not want, oh come on dog, we did not want Dollar General catching whiff, I guess you could say, of that per se, because we didn't want them to take advantage of the situation and try to flip the script and reschedule it or move it somewhere. All of our efforts are, basically for nothing. Announced it, I think, last week. So we've basically only given them 2 weeks notice that all of these people are going to be showing up and rallying and marching and protesting at the shareholders meeting. So I'm hoping that doing it and only giving them that much notice really won't give them enough time to really combat our efforts. So
hell
yeah. So how many stores or workers participated on May 2nd anyway?
We had 40 stores across the United States that actually closed their doors. They closed their doors, shut down for business the day of May 2nd. Now, that didn't include the stores like mine, however, or my old store, that remained open and had protesters outside. So we do not have an exact number of those stores. We just got the exact number of how many actually closed their doors and protested outside, and that was 40, which, I mean, when you're talking about a company as big as Dollar General that has over 17,000 stores, 40 stores doesn't really sound like a whole lot, but when you've only been organizing for a month, 40 stores.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah.
A little bit of time. So we definitely a win, and we are definitely movement, and we are definitely gaining momentum and getting more and more people every single day. I mean, now we have stores that are closing down randomly because they don't have AC. So they are protesting on their own now, without me, without anybody else. They are closing down their stores and literally showing up to their shift, but putting signs on their cars and standing outside by their cars with their signs stating, refuse to work without AC. And they're just standing out there, and they are showing up every single day, not opening the store, just waiting for their ACs to be fixed. And I think that's amazing. I mean, it's finally given the people the balls to stand up for themselves. And I think that's great.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially with this fucking heat wave that's been moving its way across the country. Like, everybody's roasting their nuts off. Fuck no. Ain't nobody working without AC. No.
Right. That store actually is in Oklahoma. So they've been dealing with, a lot of heat and stuff like that too. I mean, I know, a lot of people are still scared, and a lot of people are still saying, well, I can't afford to lose my job. We all get that. I mean, I've been out of work now since April 1st. and I just landed a job today. But I think a lot of that had to do with my fault, because I look at my career with Dollar General and I'm becoming very picky with who and what organization or company I work for. And so I'm looking at companies a lot differently than I used to. And I don't want to work for another Dollar General. I don't want to work for another money hungry company that's going to treat me like crap. And so I've been kind of picky with who I decide that I want to go with and who not to. And even though I've went to interviews and I've basically gotten the job, I've almost done like a second thought of it, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I should just see what else is out there before I just say yes and get tracked again.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah. You got to be cautious. Shit.
I almost said Dollar General gave me some PTSD.
I wouldn't doubt
I
it.
wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, I've got major PTSD, and I'm looking at red flags like everywhere. Like every time I see a red flag, I'm like, nope, not for me.
Yep.
And it sucks, but
that's how it's gotta be, though. Otherwise, you're just setting yourself up to get fucked over by another employer.
Right.
If you ignore those red flags, you're not doing yourself any favors.
Nope. I mean, yeah, it's a paycheck, but at the end of the day, I want to be happy with what I'm doing. And so I actually, I interviewed today. Well, it was like my second interview and tour of a new company. I'm not necessarily giving out that company just yet, but I can tell you that it's a nonprofit organization. And with my tour today that was 3 hours long, by the way, and it wasn't even that it was a mandatory 3 hours long. It was literally just me and the regional manager. And we clicked, and we were talking, and we were getting to know each other, and he was telling me about their organization and what they do and all of the different things. And like I cried because I was just so moved and inspired as well as to everything that this organization does and the people that it helps. And even though it's less pay than what I'm used to, I mean, it's not as much less pay, but it is, close to around $10,000 less than what I was making, and close to almost $20,000 less than what I've been offered at bigger companies. Like I told my husband today, I said, I think this is what I want to do. I think this is where I want to go. I think this is where I want to work, because I'm looking at longevity, and I'm looking at the company as a whole, and I'm looking at what they do and how they treat their employees. And everyone that I saw there today, I mean, there was at least 50 employees there. And like on their name badge, it says how long they've been with the company. It has their picture, it has their name, and then it says their years. And I met some people today that have been there for 30 years, 15 years, 10 years. I mean, I didn't meet anyone today that has been with the company for less than 5 years. And they all knew.
That's a good sign.
Right. And I'm just sitting here like totally impressed and in shock. And I'm like, I definitely think that even though the pay isn't exactly what I want, this is what I want mentally, and this is what I want emotionally. And I think that this is going to be the best for, longevity, long term. I think doing that with this organization, what makes me happy, regardless of the money.
Curious. What all do you guys have planned moving forward? Or do you not want to put that out there and get Dollar General heads up?
Well, we do have, after the rally on the 25th, we are planning something for the first week of July. It's going to be in the state of Louisiana. We are, as a group, as a movement, as an organization, are planning on doing probably something, I'd say, round about every month, like 6 weeks or so. Definitely demonstrating in the streets. I mean, we want to keep the momentum going. We want to keep showing the support, and we want to keep being there for all of these workers. So we are currently planning in Louisiana. We're thinking probably the first week of July. So after this demonstration on the 25th, we're going to start really digging deep and planning for that, just like we have been for this shareholders meeting. Now, what we've got going on in the first week of July isn't going to be as secretive, just because it's not a shareholders meeting. It's not an investors meeting, So we're definitely, after this demonstration, going to be a lot more forthcoming and open about exactly what our plans are, where we're going to be, and all that stuff. Just that way we can invite more people out to meet us and, show support for their communities in the state of Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we've got planned coming up.
That's exciting. Obviously, keeping the momentum is probably the most important part. And there's no way that they can ignore you, I guess, to be blunt, at the shareholders meeting. There really isn't.
Right.
So what are the exactly. So what are the goals of the march? Are you pushing for unionization in general, or wages specifically, or kind of all of the above?
Honestly, all of the above. But mainly at the shareholders meeting, we are basically there just to ensure that our voices are heard by the investors and the shareholders, because Dollar General is really big on stating that the shareholders and the investors are the most important. They're who runs the business. Well, if they're the ones who run the business, then they need to know what's going on. And apparently they do not.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we show up during this shareholders meeting and we are greeting them in that building.
Right.
Yeah. Do you have like a Facebook page or a website that people can go to for more information?
I am currently of building the website as we speak for the Put in a Ticket movement. But right now we do have 2 Facebook groups currently. It's for the hashtag Put in a Ticket movement. One of them is a public group. So obviously anyone can find that one and post in it and share and all of that great stuff. And then I also do have a private group, which is strictly for, more personal details and things like that. You're a little bit more screened being led into that group. So like we don't have reporters or journalists or anything like that, or anyone from HR trying to sneak in. So we do try to screen that one a lot more. Now the public group, there is a reporter I know for sure in that group, has spoken with me before, she joined, to get my permission and things like that. And I did go over specifics with her as to, what I expect from her, when it comes to sharing my people's information, and things like that. I don't want anybody harassing anyone, and I don't want any of my people's information shared unless they are okay with it. And I've been very, very strict on that from the beginning of this, because a lot of people, like I said, are still scared of retaliation from Dollar General, and I don't need any of these people's information leaked in any way at all. But it's a public group, and kind of what you share in there is kind of at your own, because I can't protect everything. But people they're getting to the bear. They're like, whatever. If I get fired, I get fired, and we get posts every single day. If you do join the group, we get posts just about every single day where a new Dollar General employee is like, I just found another job. Peace out, DG.
Yeah.
Or,
that
like
mindset has really been spreading like a wildfire through retail, through food service. That's what I do for a living. And it's about time, right? Like retail workers and food service workers have been beaten down for 40 years at this point. And I think that all of us are just like, enough is enough. Why am I going to be abused like this and not be able to pay my rent at the end of the month? Like, What?
Right.
What the fuck am I working for?
During the pandemic, we were deemed essential and so important, but damn, y'all know that. Like, come
Right.
on. We're so replaceable. Y'all make sure to remind us of that every single day, how replaceable we are. But just, last year we were so essential and so important to you. Come on, put your money where your mouth is.
Literally.
Right.
It's a moment of fuck you, pay me. And fix the
Yeah.
goddamn receipt. And fix the issues with the shipments coming in with no fucking where to put them. And
Right.
they need to get their shit together.
Right. And, like I've said a lot of times, when it comes to these, retail chains and fast food workers and stuff like that, it's as if you're in a narcissistic relationship. Like, you're trapped. You literally feel trapped. And, these people, they genuinely love their job, or they love what they do, and they love the customer service, and they take pride in everything they do. But you're just so beat down constantly by the company that you almost feel like you don't deserve any better. You feel like that's the best you can do. And then they throw
I have felt that way. It's funny you should say that, because I completely relate to that.
Yeah. And then they throw a bone, a little card stock reward for such a great job you're doing. Pat on the back, and that makes you feel so good.
Oh man, for Christmas, I got a $10 Amazon gift card from my boss.
Oh, a $10 gift card.
I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna buy with that? Like, really?
And a little like summer sausage and cheese tray that you gave me. Like, I'm not fucking eating this. And I was like, I will. I like summer sausage.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was from the company too. Like,
yeah.
wow.
That's better than what we got. We got socks.
Oh man.
At least I would have used socks.
No, you would not want to use these socks.
Okay, fair.
Okay, they were compression socks that absolutely sucked. Okay, and when I say they sucked, like, I have little itty bitty feet. Itty bitty. I have like little girl feet. Those suckers could barely fit on my feet. And they were Dollar General socks. They were black and yellow, and they had DG all over them.
Oh my god.
That's what we got.
Wow. Wow.
That's insulting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then, just a couple months ago, so like the month before I got terminated for everything that happened, they sent us an appreciation box for all the employees for the store. You want to know what was in it?
Huh.
Wasn't socks this time. Wasn't socks this time. It was Dollar General shirts. Dollar General shirt that said DG Spend Well. So if you see those were given to us by the company as a thank you gift. Oh, and then we also got some cheap ass water bottles that looked like they were probably made from Wish, that have the same logo on it, DG Spend Well. She's laughing. Yes, they were like they came from Wish. Okay, I said it. And we got some pens that you write with. Yeah, we got those too. And a keychain that said DG Spend Well. So each of us got one of those. Oh, and the shirts. The shirts. How about they only sent larges all the way up to 3X? Now, let me tell you now. The majority of the people that work in my store, they're my size. They were like mediums and smalls.
So you're just swimming in your gift shirt.
Natalie said, not even a turkey?
Yeah.
Compression socks for the venous problems employees get from standing for long hours. Shaking my head.
Right.
That's what we thought too. We're like, well, hey, they gave us compression socks to help with our feet. But they sucked. I'm telling you right now. Like, I swear, if I knew exactly where a pair of these socks were, because I still have mine, I would literally go. You know what? I'm going to go see if I can find one. I'll just show y'all how big.
Right. They could have at least gotten you some decent ones, like the copper lined, deals that actually help.
I found the socks.
Let's see them. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
These were 2020. And they're compression socks, look. So when you actually put them on, like, dude, I could barely stretch these things. Like, they're like super tight. Like, I can't
it's
even.
supposed to be compression, not just cutting off all blood flow. They're not
Right?
even
Right.
up to your knees properly. It's gonna like just squeeze off blood flow mid calf. What the fuck? That ain't
Wow.
healthy, buddy. Fuck.
Oh, no. These ones right here, these were from my walk the walk. Okay. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I posted it to Facebook a while back. I think I posted it in my groups, and Roche came to my the walk award. With my walk award, or walk the walk award, these were the socks I was given. She gave me fucking as an award.
That's lame.
Yeah.
That's really lame.
Yeah. But the Christmas ones, they're identical to this, only they have the walk the walk emblem just like this, and they have little like Christmas what do you call those things where you kiss underneath it?
Mistletoe.
Yeah, it has two little itty bitty mistletoes up in the corners. That's what we got for Christmas.
Dude, they suck. They suck. It's just, why bother? I mean, getting told to fuck off is better than getting some lame ass socks you're never gonna fucking wear. All they're doing is basically giving you Dollar General merch. Like, okay, now go out in the public and rep us.
Right.
You know? Fuck.
Yeah, these are brand new. Never wore them. They've been in my drawer for like since 2020. Since I got them in 2020.
Right. What's the point of keeping them? You might as well like donate them to a clothing drive, and maybe some little kid can wear them since they're so damn small. You know?
Maybe. Honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I was honestly thinking, because I still have like my store manager shirts and stuff like that. I was honestly going to do like a video or something like that where I was burning my shirts, but I haven't done that yet.
If you do, we could totally air footage of a Dollar General bonfire of shit.
That would be so.
Yes. Tell everybody else out there, like, start burning your shit.
Let's make this a new hashtag.
Yes.
Let's make this trend. Burn your Dollar General shit.
Yep. Set it all ablaze. Fuck you. Not only are we not repping your shit anywhere.
Right.
Even burn the damn uniforms. Like, you better get your shit together if you want us to come back.
Right.
Burn all of it.
Absolutely. Totally agree. 100% agree.
Fuck. That's just audacious that... I mean, your bonuses and gifts and shit are all just Dollar General merch. Like, really, guys?
Yeah, we don't get any special shit. We don't get a Christmas bonus. We don't get any of that stuff. I mean, the only holiday we have off is Christmas. And that's because we're closed. That's the only day we're closed. We have to work Thanksgiving and we have to work Easter. Oh, but get this. Their new Pop Shelf stores, they're closed on Easter.
Really?
Yeah.
So how come nobody else is? I mean, there's so many holidays that everybody should be able to have off through the year, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I can almost guarantee you that they're going to be closed for Thanksgiving. They're going to be closed for all of these other major holidays that all these other retailers are closed for, even though Pop Shelf is Dollar General.
Right.
So why that those employees get those days off, but us at the regular Dollar General do not? And so I have assumed that it is because Pop Shelf stores are aimed at the wealthier customer in the nicer neighborhoods. And they said that in a news briefing themselves from their own mouth. They are for the wealthier customer. So being that those have a totally different demographic and they are aiming towards those customers, yeah, they're going to close down for Easter. They're going to close down for these other holidays. But then the Dollar Generals that are the original Dollar Generals that got them where they are now, that are in these horrible neighborhoods and stuff like that, oh, we have to stay open because we're less than.
Right. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck all of that.
Yeah.
Completely. Like, no. You should be able to have some, paid time off.
Oh, we don't
holidays all throughout the year.
No, we don't get PTO. The only PTO we get is vacation time. And you get, if you're a full-time employee, but you have to be classified in their system as a full-time employee. Okay, that's the trick. After 6 months, you get 20 hours. Once you hit a year, you lose those 20 hours, but you get 40. So it doesn't roll over to where you get 40 plus 20. No, you lose the 20 if you don't take it. And a lot of employees don't even know that they have those 20 to begin with. My assistant had worked with me for almost 2 years and didn't even know that she had vacation time.
Wow.
Yeah. I told her. Yeah, because I told her she was talking about getting ready, to possibly leave the company. And I was like, well, you might want to use your vacation time before you leave. And she's like, my vacation time? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I have vacation time? I'm like, yeah. I was like, you're an assistant manager. I was like, you're a full-time employee. You're classified as a full-time employee. You get 40 hours. I said, and since you've been here 2 years, you should get 2 weeks worth.
Right.
And she goes and she looks in the system, and sure enough, she's got 80 hours of vacation time.
I'd have taken them all off in a row and then been like, fuck you, bye, I quit.
I mean, I'm about to move, so that's kind of what I'm going through right now. I tried to burn out my PTO last week because my girlfriend graduated with her PhD.
Woo-hoo.
And I ended up working in the middle of the week, so I didn't have to take all of my PTO. And then this week, I've been out all week because I tested positive for COVID. So, yeah. I mean, that being said, I'm definitely feeling better today. I haven't taken any meds today, and I can talk, so that's a plus.
That's a plus.
Yeah.
But yeah, that combined is all part of why we missed last week's show, actually, for the people that are watching. But anyway, yeah, I was totally going to say something, and I don't remember what it was. I don't know. I still got the brain fog going on, that's for sure. But oh yeah, about work, that's what it was. Vacation time. So I'm glad that I at least had a little bit of vacation time since I'm missing, a whole week of work now.
Right. I mean, a lot of companies, they have vacation time that's given to you, but at the same time, you earn PTO. Like, you have certain days you can use for sick days. You have, you know what I'm saying? And Dollar General doesn't offer that. It's like, if you haven't been with the company, for 6 months, you don't have those 20 hours, if you're classified as a full-time employee. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a part-time employee and you've been working 40 hours a week or 45, or, you've been working full-time hours for those 6 months. No, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as you are classified, you have to be classified in the system as a full-time employee in order to get those 20 hours after 6 months. And a lot of those employees don't even know they have it.
That's fucked up. That just tells me they don't want people fucking using that and actually having...
Of course they don't. I mean, they rely on so-called lean staffing just like everywhere else does. And that's why they don't want people taking time off, because they don't have the people to do it.
Nope. And they don't want to pay the people to do it, because if that person actually does take those 20 hours off, then they have to bring somebody else in.
Right.
Or you have to have somebody else on the payroll to be able to cover that. And the problem with that is these stores are so understaffed, to stay under payroll, you don't have the extra help to bring somebody in to replace somebody for a whole 20 hours.
Right.
I mean, their business model is just jacked. Totally jacked.
Yeah, Dean. I know you don't know who Dean is. He's a person that's been involved with the show since day one. But like, he was talking about how the shift into neoliberal politics under Reagan is really when like MBAs were taught to exploit their employees, and I think that over time it's just got worse and worse, and that's how we ended up where we're at.
Right.
That being said, in other like unionization news, the Starbucks unionization spree is spreading like a wildfire. There's been a grand total of 9 stores that attempted to unionize that didn't succeed, and all of the rest have, which the last count that I saw from the Starbucks Workers United page was 80 stores. That's since, what, March?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And that just blows my mind. With the tens of millions of dollars that Starbucks has spent fighting them.
Right. Starbucks is losing a lot of money in this fight.
Yeah. But
I have in some more organizing efforts in Chicago. It was just reported, I think, within this last week. Right, I think it was Raise Up in Chicago or something like that. They went and supported a whole store of workers that walked out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I know Teamsters is focused on taking the Amazon truckers. That's exciting. If Teamsters unionizes the Amazon truckers, it's over.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big. That's exciting. That's really
And that brings me to my next question. How does it feel for you to like be involved in this like, kind of mass wave of workers struggle, I guess? All of these companies are coming together for this unionization push, and I mean, yeah, that's every day that I like scroll through Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and I see, hey, we're doing a walkout this day, or hey, we're about to vote on a union, and it's literally every day there's something.
Right.
Like 5 years ago, I would have thought that was impossible.
Right.
So, I mean, like, I don't know. I hope it's a sign of good things to come, because we've had like 50 years of employers just exploiting the hell out of us. And now it's time to, instead of us being thankful for having a job, it's time for them to be thankful to have employees.
Right. Absolutely. I could not agree more. Like I've told a lot of people, in my movement and just trying to organize across the United States, is we have the power. We do. They don't have they have the money. That's it.
Right.
But without us, they have nothing. And that's
they wouldn't have a fucking business.
Right. That's where a lot of people don't understand. Like, do you honestly think that if we literally walked out of these buildings, all 17,000 stores, do you honestly think that the CEO himself is going to come down and try to run one of these bitches? The answer is no. At that point in time, they're going to have to give in, and they're going to have to give us what the fuck we want. They need to realize.
Exactly.
Who is running the business for them? It's not them. It's us.
Always has been.
And until these corporations understand and realize that, nothing's going to change.
Right. Guarantee you none of those pencil pushers would even know how to run the fucking register, let alone how to do stock or any other fucking shit.
No.
Yeah.
I can guarantee that one. But I can't announce something I'm working on. I don't really give a damn if Dollar General hears this or knows about it, because I'm sure they're going to hear and know about it sooner or later. With our unionization efforts, we are going about this a couple different ways. I personally and my assistant Crystal, we are working with Acorn International, and we are working on building our own nonprofit organization for general workers across the United States, in which it will also help protect salaried store managers who are within our organization. But at the same time, there are certain areas and states, those I will not mention, but we are working to actually unionize those certain states or areas with a specific union. And we're going about it a lot differently because we know that after seeing what happened in, Cincinnati, or not Cincinnati, it was Connecticut, and a few other instances where they literally closed down stores after the union was voted in, stating that the store is no longer profitable. Close down stores once the union was recognized. Doing that, we are actually unionizing 10 stores at a time and then filing with the NLRB. So you're either going to recognize this union in those 10 locations in that state, or you're going to have to close 10 stores.
Mm-hmm.
Not just one.
Right.
So
well, and I mean, they should be investigated by the National Labor Relations Board for, cutbacks like that. In most countries, even, our closest neighbor, Canada, that wouldn't even be legal.
Mm-mm. But see, that's the thing too, is, okay, you might be able to get away with closing one store saying it's non-profitable as recognized, but let's see you try to explain 10.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So how are you going to explain that one to the NLRB? 10 stores are non-profitable that were just recognized by a union?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I really think that doing it that way, Dollar General is going to be stuck in a pickle, and they're going to have to make some tough decisions or face the consequences.
Right?
Yeah.
Given, in any decent-sized city, you're going to find at least 10 fucking Dollar Generals. Start going through one city at a time.
Yeah.
Everybody here, unite.
My hope is that, when you do your first batch of 10, the next time it's not necessarily a batch of 10. It's, 30, 40, 50.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the way that Starbucks took off. It started with 3 stores in Buffalo, and then about a week later, there was 1 store in Arizona, and now it's over 80.
Right.
It's like a wildfire.
Yeah, and we're kind of hoping that that's the way this is going to take off because, like I said, we know a lot of people are still scared. And, even with the Connecticut issue where they closed down stores, people are scared of that too. They're afraid that if they do vote for a union, they're still going to lose their job because the store is going to close, because that's what Dollar General does. So we're hoping that once we're able to get through and actually file, to recognize a union within 10 locations, and that is successful, other people will see it can be done. And it'll kind of make them not so afraid anymore. Mm-hmm. Because they'll realize, just like with Starbucks, hey, these stores all 3 of these just unionized. Like, it can be done.
Right.
So, right. And I think that's what everybody's afraid of, is it has never been done. So once we're able to actually do that and we get it done, what's to stop you now?
Right.
Yeah.
Be showing others, look, here's how you do this.
Right.
Hell yeah. Setting a legal precedent.
Right. So that's what we're working on, and that's what is going on a little bit behind the scenes. But right now, we're just mainly focused on the rally on the 25th and getting all that stuff put together. We have a lot of speakers that are going to be there. We even have some Amazon workers that are going to be there speaking, Walmart workers that are
Yes.
Yes. We've got a pastor that's going to be speaking. We have a customer that is going to be speaking as well. And then we also have one of the 2022 Circle of Excellence award winners from Dollar General who just got to meet Todd Bezos last week. She is going to be speaking at the rally as well.
Nice.
So,
have you put together like a press release or anything?
We have not really put together a press release so much, but it is out. There is an article that was published by the Progressive that did announce our rally on the 25th. If I knew how to, I would like copy and paste it and put it in your thread. That way you guys could see it. But that's really the only press release that we have released as of now. Like it basically states like where we're going to be, where we're starting, which we're starting in Payee Park in Goodlettsville, Tennessee at 7:30 in the morning.
Wow.
And we're going to be rallying there first thing in the morning. I will be speaking as well as Kenya, who's with Step Up Louisiana. We will be speaking at Payee. We are going to be marching over to the shareholder meeting, and then we will also have speakers outside the shareholder meeting. And then I didn't mention, we also have a band, a percussion band coming up from New Orleans. So they are going to be creating lots of noise and music and all that great stuff while we're marching through Goodlettsville and outside of the shareholders meeting. And then obviously, we're going to have a podium set up and speakers and all of that great stuff. And then we also have a few people that are actually going to be inside of the shareholder meeting.
All right. Well, if you happen to take any footage and, want to share it with us, we'll be happy to.
Oh, there's going to be lots of footage. Lots of footage. I always go live at our protest, so I will be live on my TikTok. I'm probably going to see if I can have my assistant go live on Facebook, so we are on both of those platforms. But like I said, we also have media that's coming out. We do have The Insider. We do have the More Perfect Union. They're going to be out there filming, doing documentary filming, and they're also going to be taking interviews from employees.
Awesome.
And things like that are out there, and we are expecting some local news crews that are planning on coming out as well and doing stuff like that. Now, whether or not it's going to be like live and all that great stuff, we're not exactly sure. But Goodlettsville is aware that we are coming. They are absolutely aware. We have permits. Like I said, we have the city council that has approved us being there. They said they're not going to get in our way. They're not going to bother us. The police already know that we're coming. And all of that great stuff. So we're definitely like super stoked.
Good.
Like,
I hope that the turnout is massive, and it sounds like it is going to be a good turnout. So,
oh yeah. Well, we're just from the people that we know for sure are coming, that we've booked hotels for. I mean, they're on buses. They're coming from Louisiana. They're coming from North Carolina. I mean, we've got busloads of people, and we've already estimated minimum 200 people are coming from like out of state and things like that to the rally. So that's not including, the few that I have driving from West Virginia and the few that I have driving by car, from, Tennessee, and then the crowd in Goodlettsville that actually live there, or Nashville that heard about it and are going to be attending. So, we're definitely, 200 people is, quite a few people if you think about it when it comes to rallying outside of, town hall and, all that stuff. And then obviously we're going to be gathering attention, and people are going to be wanting to talk to us and figure out what the hell is going on, so. Yeah. Super excited. We're super stoked, and everyone is invited. So
awesome.
Woohoo!
I was super excited when Vicky said that you were going to be coming back on tonight.
Oh, well, thank you. I was super excited to talk to you guys about it too. Like, I've been telling everybody I know, I'm just super excited. I never would have that it would have gotten this big and we would have gotten so much support. I'm super humbled and appreciative, to everyone who's reached out and everyone who's supportive. And I thank you guys so much.
Anytime.
I
Thank
hope
you.
to see this, explode just like Amazon and Starbucks are right now.
Right. That's the
Cool.
thing, like that what you're doing is really resonating with people. That's why it's snowballing so fucking fast, and it's beautiful. This is what we need to see more of happening across all of labor.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. It's time for the workers to stand up and stand together and demand what the fuck they want. And if not, then these businesses need to close their doors until we get what we want.
Yes.
Period.
I mean, obviously, like when we post it to the website, I'm just going to copy and paste all the links from last time. But
oh yeah, I mean, it's our movement is the hashtag Put in a Ticket movement, and you can follow me on TikTok at Always Miss Gundel. Our Facebook page, we have 2 groups, one private, one public. It's the hashtag Put in a Ticket movement, which I'm sure you guys are hearing everybody. Honestly, all you got to do is search that hashtag on Google, and you'll pull up all kinds of stuff as far as what our movement is doing, all that great stuff. Hopefully you guys get a chance to read the article in the Progressive, because it turned out really, really good. It really, I was really happy with how they talked about our movement. They talked about our upcoming event and all of that great stuff. Like, they did a really good job putting it together for us, talking about our organizing efforts.
all right. I mean, I'm just glad that you've actually been getting noticed, like
Right.
like you actually have reporters talking to you, and
Right.
Oh yeah, it's really been insane. Like, I'm on texting basis now with like several different reporters, including Michael, who published our very first story. I'm always sharing information, texting him back and forth, and he'll text me and he's like, "Oh, I just saw this new article," like when the Progressive came out, and he was like, "I'm so excited for you," and stuff like that, and it's really awesome. Like I said, with the Insider, the more perfect union, like, I'm on texting base with all of these people at this point. We text almost all day, sharing updates and things like that are going on, and it's actually really, really nice to feel like finally, not just my voice is heard, but other people's voices are being heard, and they're actually starting to feel like they're important and they mean something. And honestly, I think that that's what these employees need. I mean, it doesn't take much to make an employee happy with a company. It really doesn't. And I think that's what these are really lacking. And if they just did that, I think a lot of this wouldn't be there.
Right.
yeah.
I love seeing the momentum build. Keep that shit up. I fucking love it. Hell yeah. Good night, Mary. Thank you for joining us again.
Yeah.
Freedom on campus. Absolute freedom. I think we're all looking for